Hi there. Um, this is the City Skylines beginner tutorial number 59, and I'm making it specifically for Jacob, who made a comment on my height mapped episode number 86. Now, he made a comment on episode 86 of the Height Mapped Intermediate series. He said, make bus lines. And I misunderstood him and thought he was saying, make a bus line here, or you should make bus lines. And so I answered him back and said, no, I don't need bus lines because I have metro lines. And that keeps all of the bus traffic and car traffic that would be on the roads off the roads entirely, so we don't get traffic jams. Then I got to thinking about it and I realized maybe he was asking me to make bus lines so that he could see how they're done. So I've gone ahead, even though I don't need them, and right here in our commercial area, where you would probably maybe put a bus line even though there's a metro line, I have put in a special set of roads specifically for the buses, because I don't want the buses to be in where our roads are, where the vehicles are running back and forth, because buses cause traffic jams every time they stop to pick somebody up. So I've created a separate little set of roads here, and if you look closely, if I can get down in here, you'll see that there's something specific about this little tiny road. The roads that have green lines on the sides of them are roads made for vehicles, okay? But this little tiny road with just the 10 sides on it I've put it in here specifically just for the buses, and I've used pedestrian paths, as you can see right down here. Well, if I can get it down in here. See, there's a pedestrian path here that a little lady is on right now, right down here. And she's crossing across the pedestrian path. Okay? It comes from the bus lines to the road lines. And it gets you also over here, if I can get it to go over here. I'm going to put a bus stop right here on the bus line road. I'm going to put a little bus stop right here. And then people will be able to come off of this bus line road that's going to have nothing on it but buses, walk through this park right here. Right here in the right keys, of course not. Walk through this park and get to the commercial area right through here. Okay? And then when they want to take a bus, they can come back, go back through the park, and get to the bus line. And this bus line is not connected to the road anywhere. If you look at it on the map here, you'll see that this bus line has no connection anywhere to this road. Okay? Even though the bus line has to go over to this side to reach these buildings, it doesn't connect to the road here. I've made a tunnel, as you can see, that goes underneath the road so that specifically so it won't connect with this road right here. I don't want those buses anywhere near the road, and I don't want all these cars that are in on these roads to be anywhere in on the bus line road. And then again, we have to go under the road over here, and there's a road here full of cars, as you can see. Of course, they're not going very fast. There, okay, there's a police car there, and there's a van there for, donut van, delivery van. So there's a lot of vehicles on these roads. Sorry. And I don't want the buses and the vehicles intermingling with each other. It just causes problems. So I've made a tunnel here that goes under this road and comes back up over here. And then, as you can see, green line roads are for vehicles. They have the bicycle paths on them. And the no green line road, the little tiny one, is specifically for the bus lines. And there are little pedestrian paths coming from them off onto the green line roads all along here. As you go down, I'm going to put a bus stop next to or in between any of these little pedestrian paths that go out to where the businesses are. Okay, so now that I've established for you what I'm trying to do, Jacob, here we go. Going to put in a bus line for you. Okay, I could use a bus depot or I could use a bus station. The bus station isn't needed. It costs $65,000 to purchase and it costs $1,200 a week to run. And I don't need that many buses. Okay? So I'm going to use the $30,000 bus depot that costs only $720 to run. And we're going to stick that right here. Okay? Okay, and then I'm going to do bus lines. And the way you do that is you go over here to where it says, excuse me, hold on just one second. Okay, I'm back. This strep throat thing I've got going makes me have these coughing fits. Okay, so we're clicking on a bus line, and that's how you create your bus line, is you put your bus stops. And it'll show a picture of a really cute little, it says bus stops, create a bus line, and it shows this little covered area that you would see very obviously on the road. Hold on a second. Oh, Lord, sorry. Now, when you put that in here, I'll show you later. See, now we have a pedestrian path right down here coming off the bus line. So I want to put a bus stop right about here so that people can get off of here and go off this way. But then I want to put another bus stop over here on this end next to this path that's going through the park. So I will put one right here. There we go. It's probably better. And you get this little stick with a thing on it. And you have to, okay, I'll show you on this one. Okay, so I'm going to put another stop here. Now it keeps it on one side, but if I put it over on this side, you'll notice how it's trying to just throw a whole nother line in there for me, going back around. I don't want it to do that. So you have to stay, when you ask for a bus line, you have to stay right here on the correct side of the road where you're putting the bus line, so that it just continues in the direction you want it to and doesn't go any further. So we'll push down with the left, I get my left and right mixed up, with the left mouse button nice and hard so you get this little red and black icon there. And that puts it that far. Then we're going to go over this way, look for the next group of pedestrian paths. And they're right here, okay? One there and one there. And so staying on the correct side of the road, I'm going to put a pedestrian, I'm going to put a bus stop, not on this side because it makes the buses go wacky. I'm going to put it on this side of the road very carefully. See if I can get it up here. Yeah. Going to put it on this side of the road so that they'll keep going. And then in between this one, maybe if I do it this way I can see more. Okay, so we have one here, and that takes care of this one. So then we want to go to the next pedestrian path and put it between it and the next pedestrian path, which would be right here. Okay, and then between this pedestrian path and this pedestrian path, well, that's too close. I think I'm going to put another stop right here between these two. There's a pedestrian path here and a pedestrian path here. So I'm going to try and get one in right here. There. Okay. And then we're going to follow around here. And it'll try to put them in wacky as I'm pointing to the road. Okay. So I want to put a bus stop in between these two pedestrian paths, if I can get them both to show. Okay, you've got one pedestrian path here on this bus route and one pedestrian path over here. And we're on the outside. If I put it on the inside, see how it makes the buses go wacky? The bus line is just going nuts. We want to keep it a one-sided bus line. So in between these two pedestrian paths, there we go. I'm going to add a stop right there by pushing down nice and hard on the left mouse button and creating that one. And then I think I have a spot over here to put one more. Yeah. And then I'll put one more right here. Because we have a pedestrian path here and we have a pedestrian path over here. And so I'm going to put a bus stop right there. And you just try to touch the side of the road. On the side you want the bus to be on. And then left click to get that. And now we don't want to make any more bus stops, but we do want to go back and bring it all the way around to this one. And when we do that and we touch, okay, see when I come back and I touch this bus stop that we started with, it says complete line, and I push down with my left button and it'll say drag stop to move, and I very carefully move the mouse off of it. Hold on one moment. Oh gosh, I thought I had it on pause. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sniffle right at you. Okay, so getting that off of there. Now if I click on the bus transport, and then I go up here to where the buses are, because I mean this has got all the different kinds of transports. One on the top is the buses. I click on that and there's like a little magnifying glass there. So I click on that and it brings this thing up, which shows me all my bus lines and what color they are. And this is bus line number 1. And it's blue right now. See, when we go down here and put our little arrow on it, if I can get it to where I can see it. Well, when it does come up, you notice that it said blue. So we want to change it maybe to, I don't know, pink. Maybe we want to make this a pink line. Okay, so we just pick our color, pick how dark we want it to be, and that changes the color of the line. And you'll notice that the little round circle down here, which denotes where the line starts, is pink now instead of blue. And then if you go down here and you click on this magnifying glass, it literally, you can turn this piece off now, it will literally show you your bus line and your color and how many passengers you've had, residents and tourists, and the number of vehicles in it. Now right now it has no vehicles because it hasn't had time to set up vehicles. It's going to take a while, okay? But that's how you set up your bus line. And until this piece right here starts putting out buses, which takes a while on the game, you won't see any buses out here on this line. And when you do see them, you will not be able to see the line. You'll see the bus line start here, that little piece that's blinking. And if you go over, and you won't see any little kiosks where people are supposed to be, you know, waiting for the bus, but we know that we put a bus stop right down here. There's no kiosk, but if we look on this road, we will see a teeny, and if I get this piece off so we can actually see the road there. Okay, you don't see a kiosk here. This is where the bus was supposed to stop. But if you really get down in here, see how close I can get, you can see this little teeny tiny sign, bus stop sign, right next to the light pole. And if I go over here and I drop down in first person, I can show you that there is a teeny tiny bus stop sign right there. Okay? Right there is the bus stop sign. See it? Right in front of the pole. Coming out of first person. Okay, so that's all you get. You don't get that kiosk that they show you. See right down here? When you do the bus, it shows you this little blue kiosk that people are supposed to stand under. Well, you don't get that. Maybe you get it if you have a lot of lines. I don't know what causes that to show up. But all we get in the game is the little bitty stop sign here. Okay? And they're hard to see. Now you can't see, though, if you're looking at the actual road from up above. You'll notice that the road goes nice and flat along the edges here until it gets near the bus stop sign, and then it kind of kicks in. I'll show you up a little closer now. See how the road is nice and flat against the edge of the sidewalk, but then where the bus is going to pull in, it cuts in just a teeny little bit. So if you're looking at your roads, you're going, where did I put those bus stops? Well, if you follow the road along, you'll see a little indent right there. And then over here, you'll see another little indent right here. You might have to get in a little closer to see it. See that little bitty indent right there? And then you'll follow the road up and say, where did I put that other bus stop? Well, it's right here where you have this other indent right here. Okay, and then where did I put the other one? Okay, you can find them that way, or I could not figure out why my bus stops were not showing. For the longest time, I couldn't figure it out. See, now we have one pink bus to go on the pink bus line coming out here now. Get over here where you can see it. Okay, see the buses are starting to come out. And it says that they've traveled 99%. Well, of course they haven't. They've only just started. But it's headed for its first bus stop where it'll go back down to 0%. See this little bus down here? Trying to get close without squirreling it off the screen. And we've already got people trying to get onto it. See? Okay, I'm going to try and go down in first person here so that I can show you that we already have people getting on the buses. I stopped the bus line thing here so that you could see the people getting on the... Okay, so you've got people getting on the bus, and this other one little girl, I don't know if she's going to get on or not. Nope, she's changed her mind. She's going to wait for the next bus, I guess. See, there's another bus here that maybe she's going to get on that one. And the buses will sit there for the longest time and not move, even though there's more piling up behind them. This is another reason why we don't put them on the main roads. Okay? Now she's just standing there waiting, and so's the boy behind her for the next bus that's going to come up. But you can see on the bus dialog box above the first bus, I'll read it to you. It says passengers 2 of 30. it now has 2 passengers on it. And it thinks it's full at 99. It's traveled. It says distance traveled online. That's what that blue line is for. I'm going to get out of this first person so I can move my mouse around. This blue line up here says 99% distance traveled online. That's how many people are on it. And it thinks it's gone 99, and until it moves out of here, it won't go back to 2%. But then it'll say 2%, 3%, 4% as it moves along the road. And all these buses are going to... Okay, so now he's dropped down to 2% as he pulls away from the first stop. And these 2 kids down here are probably going to get on one of these buses. But meantime, this one is taking off. I gotta stop the game long enough to be able to grab the blue follow me button on it. Okay, so now this bus is leaving the other guys behind, and he's headed out to pick up more people at the next line while the other kids jump on that one. Okay, so he's going to go under the road where the cars are and then come up on the other end and stop at the next bus stop. And as soon as he does that, I'm going to show you how, at least last time when I was running through this to make sure I knew what I was telling you, the last time that I put the buses on these roads, the lines didn't show, just like it's not showing now. If you go up here and you click on buses, see, there's no pink line like the metros. You can see the metro lines over here. See all these lines that you see over here are the metro lines for the metros trains that I have running. But you don't see any line here, and you should, around this section where we put our bus line. All right? And we should see that. So, as soon as this guy gets over here, and there's another one stopping on this side to pick people up, and the other bus is in the tunnel, or at least I thought he was. Where is he? Oh, I guess that is the first bus. He went through the tunnel already, and he stopped at the second bus stop. Okay. Gosh, I'm just trying to get closer. Okay, and he's going to go under the tunnel over here, and he's going to go over here and pick up some of these little pink people who are waiting for the pink bus. And if that tree was out of the way, I could maybe... I'm just going to get rid of the tree. It's aggravating me. Okay, I can't. It won't let me because I'm in the bus thing. So maybe I can get there. See the little pink people down there? Okay, they're waiting at the bus stop, the little teeny tiny bus stop. They're waiting for that pink bus that is way up there to come under the tunnel and come and get them. So that's probably where it'll be when we come back. But I want to try, at least try, and get the bus line. There should be a long pink bus line showing here with arrows showing which way they're going. So what we're going to do is we're going to save the game. Pray we don't get an index error while we're doing it. Okay, saving the game. Saying yes, I'm going to overwrite. And then up here it says saving. Right up here in the corner. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's spinning and it's saying saving. And then after it finishes saying saving, it's going to say packaging. And once the packaging is done, Then we can quit to the main menu and wait a second and then come back in. And when we come back in, at least last time when I put a bus line in, it didn't show. When I went out of the game and came back into the game, then the bus line showed. So hopefully it'll do the same thing here. I have everything on hold until the saving is done. My saving takes probably longer than yours might on your computer because my computer is stretched to its limits right now with City Skylines. I've even had to take off my day-night thing, so it's just daytime all the time now. And my weather, I think it's called dynamic weather. I can't have that either. Okay, so now if you look up here in the corner now, it's done saving. It's done packaging. There's no text up here running into the camera saying that it's doing anything. So now we can go to the sprocket and quit, because we saved, to the main menu and wait for this to finish and take us back to the main menu, and pray we don't get an array index error. If we do, I'm just going to click it off, ignore it, and keep going because I want to finish this and show you what I hope is going to show up. It did last time. I'm going to put this on hold until this thing finishes and we have the menu comes. Oh, there it is. Okay, didn't even have to put you on hold. Okay, so we're back to the menu. We've turned the game off. Not City Skylines, but that particular game. And we're now going to load the game again. Same game. So you can see the picture up above here of the bus line. And we're going to load it. Hope it doesn't have an array index error, because I'm still testing for that. I think I've got it to the point where I can go back into my regular games, but we'll see. Okay, when this finishes giving us all of its information, if this thing locks up here, I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause until it opens up the game. So, pausing. Okay, it took 7 minutes to get from that screen I just paused you on to this opening screen. No array index errors, yay! Okay, so now we're going to go back over to the, whoa, I don't fly across the town very easily. Back up to the commercial area. Whoa, whoa, come back here. Which is right here, the nightlife area that we were working in. Okay, now this is that same area with our little pink bus. Okay, our little pink buses. See if I can get them centered. And we'll see if when I go up here and click on the buses, if we get to see a bus line now. Yes, okay, it did work just like it did before. So now you can actually see the bus line that we created that you couldn't see before. So if when you put the bus lines in, it doesn't show, don't get all freaky and think, well, it didn't work. I have to start all over. I have to take it off because it's not really there. No. Save your game. Let it save and package, up here. Go all the way out and then open the game back up and you'll be able to see your bus line. Okay, just like we can see this one now. Okay. And, oh, come back here. I'm just having a terrible time here trying to. Okay, so all these little pink people are waiting here. Remember, there was no bus line there showing before, just the people. Well, now we got the people and the bus line, and I'm going to turn that on, and we'll watch the bus come pick them up, and then I'm going to show you how to make a second bus line. Here we go. Here comes the bus. He's under the tunnel there. See him going under the tunnel over here? right over here. There. And he's coming out of the tunnel. And now we'll take the bus line piece off so you can see him coming out of the tunnel. He should be coming out of the tunnel, right? There he is. And he's a pink bus, even in regular above ground visual. So you can tell which buses are on which lines. This line is all pink buses. And some of these people are going to get on this bus. There they go. And 2 people got off the bus right there. And this other bus behind him is going to have nobody to pick up. He might or might not wait for enough people for somebody else to show up. I don't know if they do that or not. This one's going to wait here forever before he leaves, and I'm not going to wait with him because, like our little people down here who just got off the bus and who are headed for, you know, someplace else, like they should have gone down here, but who knows where they're headed. Like them, I have something else I want to do. So I'm going to go back over here where we started that first bus line, and I'm going to start a second bus line and make it a blue bus line. And it's going to go around. See, now this first bus line went around out here and around this big loop and back. Now this second bus line is just going to go around this teeny tiny loop and back. And the only pedestrian thing is going to be right here. I don't know if I'm showing it to you close enough or not. It's going to be right here going into where the little road goes for the incinerators and police department. And so the only people riding this bus will be probably the people who work there and the fire department and whatnot. Okay, so to put that bus line in, we're going to go up to, we're going to go down here to the buses. Make sure we have the buses, which is this tab, because this tab's like the metro system, and this tab is the trains, and this tab is the boats. Well, we want the metro system, and we want the cheap, well, we already have the bus depot. We can use that for all of our bus lines. We don't need another one for each bus line. Okay, so let's see if I can turn this off. I don't know if that, I guess it doesn't come off. Okay, so I want to just click on the bus line piece, and then I'm going to start my first bus line here, and it's already blue, yay. Won't have to change the color. Left clicking to create it, and then I'm going to go over here, all the way over here, where I want the next bus line to be. I was hoping to get it a little closer. Having trouble making my mouse work today. So I'm going to want to put the bus line right here next to that pedestrian path and push down with my left mouse button to make a stop. And I don't really need a stop anywhere in here. So I'm going to go back over here. I have to get it up high enough where I can. So as long as you don't touch this and left click, you're fine. You can dink around all you want to. Trying to get in close enough so you can see what it does. Okay, there. So now when I go in here, I just go up and put my mouse over that same little black and red pole there, and it says complete line, and I will press down with my left mouse button. Now if I had put it on, say, this side of the road instead, it would have gone around that way, and it would have been adding a stop, but it would not have been completing the line because I'm not touching the one on that side of the road, am I? No. So I want it to come around this way. So I touch this side of the road where the little red pole is that we started with, and then I push down with my left mouse button. There we go. And it'll say drag stop to move it. You don't, which would mean hold the button, the left mouse button down and drag it somewhere else if you want to make the stop be somewhere else. But we don't, so I'm going to just very carefully, not pushing any mouse buttons, move the mouse off to the side. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. Why did it not keep it? Okay, we'll do it again. It should say complete line. I guess I have to get in here closer where I can get it on that. It has to go right on this thing. Nope. Huh. Okay. It just needed a minute for it to catch up with this. My computer's very slow, so it's not catching everything immediately. But now that there we go. Now it has all of it right there. Okay, so now we've created a second bus line, which should, when I go over here to the icons bar on the left and click on the bus, you'll see a pink bus line and you'll see a blue bus line. Now, you're not going to see any blue buses for a while because just like the pink line, it's going to take a while for the blue buses to show up, but eventually they will, and they will only run in this section. But somebody can get off at this station and run over here and get on at this station and go this way if they want to. So that's how you add in extra bus lines. And we're at the end of this episode. I hope, Jacob, that this is that this was what you meant when you said make bus lines. I hope that this gave you what you wanted in your comment, and thank you for commenting and telling me what you'd like to see, and hopefully other people will comment on any of my episodes, and just say next time, say in the beginner episodes, could you please do whatever, make bus lines or whatever, because otherwise I might misunderstand and think you're just saying, oh, this is a solution to your problem, like I did with Jacob. And I apologize for that, Jacob. That was my bad. I asked for comments, and then when I got one, I didn't know how to handle it. So hopefully you're a really nice guy, and you'll forgive me for that. Okay, I'm done, and episode 59 is finished, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'm going to do the Heightmapped episode next, and maybe I'll just jump on one of these buses for a first-person ride on the Heightmapped one. Nice follow-up to this. Okay, I'm done. See you in the next one. Bye.